Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Terraform statefile corruption recovery. So in this video, we will discuss Terraform statefile corruption recovery with examples. So here, the terraform.tf state file plays a crucial role in Terraform by keeping track of the current state of your infrastructure. So when this file is corrupted or lost, Terraform can no longer accurately manage your resources, often leading to infrastructure drift and mismatch between your actual infrastructure and what's defined in your configuration files. So these kind of issues can rise from several causes, including accidental overwrites or deletions, conflicts during git merges, manual edits to the state file, system crashes or Terraform run interruptions, misconfigurations in remote backends like S3. So losing access to a valid state file can severely impact your ability to apply, destroy, or update infrastructure safely. So in this video, you will learn how to simulate state file corruption and explore various methods to recover or build your Terraform state. So ensuring minimal downtime and avoiding unwanted resources changes. So here we'll simulate state file corruption with remote backend. So here I'm using the S3 remote backend. So this is how we are going to do it here. So here, before doing that, here's a warning. So simulating corruption in a production environment is risky and not recommended. So always test these scenarios in a sandbox or non-critical environment to avoid unintended loss or damage to infrastructure. And also ensure backups and versioning are in place before experimenting. So here in the step one, we have to find our state file key. So it will look like this. So in the main.tf. So and in the next step, we'll download the existing state file by using this command. So So here I have to give the name of the bucket. So here the bucket name is, so after giving the bucket name, click on enter. So it got downloaded. So now we have to corrupt that state file and then we have to override the remote state. So first we'll corrupt this state file. So after that we'll override the remote state. So I'll use this command for that. So the same here also we have to give name of our bucket. So it got overwritten. So now let's try Terraform command. So here I'll use the Terraform plan. So here you can see the file got corrupted and we are getting the error. So what we have to do means, so here we'll try the recovery method. So first we'll restore from S3 version history. So first here I already enabled the S3 versioning. So here I'll use this command to list all the versions here. So I have to give the name of the bucket. I'll note this name once here. So it will list all the versions here. So here we can see only two versions. So we have to use the latest version. So this is the latest version here. So now will restore to the previous valid version. So I'll use this command here. So here we have to change some things. So here we have to give the previous version's ID. So this is the previous version ID here. So we have to copy and paste it here. After giving this, we have to give the bucket name here. And also we have to give the name of the bucket here also. So after giving these things, click on enter. So here the previous version got restored here. So now let's try to run the Terraform plan. So here you can see everything is working good. So here you can see refreshing state and no changes, which means our previous version got restored. So this is one method. So here there if there will you can there like you can see an error like checksum mismatch. So if that occurs, we have to use the checksum. So we have to update the digest in your DynamoDB state log table to match the latest version checksum. So here, if you get the error, you will get error like this. So you will get an error like this. If you get this, you have to copy this calculated checksum, and then you have to go to the DynamoDB console here. Click on export table items. So here go to the log ID, and in this place, you have to update the checksum and click on save and close. So that's how the problem will be gone. So here there is another method for corruption. So here we can use Terraform stateful also. So if state is not locally broken, not totally broken, you may be able to retrieve the latest remote state. So by using the Terraform stateful command, you can take backup of your file. So here we have main.tf and state.json. So if I use this command, so we got the backup.tf state. So if you see here, this is the backup.tf state. So after taking, you have to take this for recovering it later. So you can use Terraform state push command also here for restoring the backup. So here the backup got restored. So here the warning is always open backup.tf state and make sure it's a valid JSON file. So if it looks corrupted, like is it unreadable or characters or plain text, so do not push it. So instead use versioning to restore a healthy state. So here you can use the Terraform refresh command also. So this will sync state with real infrastructure. So but it doesn't recreate deleted resources. So use this only if you are sure infrastructure exists and just want to resync. So we can also use the Terraform refresh here. So here it got refreshed here. So if you see the pro tips for future prevention, the best practices are use Terraform stateful. So it always back up current state before major changes. Use S3 versioning. It enables rollback to previous state snapshots. So use DynamoDB locking. So it prevents simultaneous writes to remote state. Use store remotely. So never store critical state locally in Teams. And use the CA backups. So it automate backups using CA pipelines or cron. So here in the conclusion, recovering from a corrupted Terraform state file can be challenging, but it's entirely manageable with the right strategies. Whether you restore a previous version from the S3, pull the latest remote state, refresh state from your live infrastructure, or manually import resource, there are multiple ways to regain control. So here, to avoid future disruption, it's essential to adopt best practices like enabling S3 versioning, using DynamoDB for state logging, backing up your state regularly, and never manually editing state file. So these preventive steps ensure stability and make recovery much easier in critical situations. So here, this is about Terraform state file corruption recovery. So this is about today. So yeah, thank you.